is a cognate? What is a cognate? What's a cognate, Courtney?
A cognate is a word that's spelled the same or exactly the same way in English and Spanish.
Very good. A cognate is a word that's spelled exactly the same or almost exactly the same in Spanish and English. What's strategy 2 for comprehending Spanish? Who's somebody I haven't heard from all class? William, what's strategy 2?
Ignore words you don't know.
Ignore words you don't know. What do we treat words that we don't know like what? Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. We treat words that we don't know like what? These other things you also have to ignore. We treat words that we don't know like what, Timothy Turner? Like strangers. We ignore those. Muy bien. Who can raise your hand and tell me? You're so smart, you probably already know. What do you think strategy 3 is going to be today? Strategy 1 is look for cognates. Strategy 2 is ignore words you don't know. Then what's the next step? You ignored words you don't know. What do you think the next step is going to be, Daquan? Fill in the blank. And how do you do that? How are you going to figure out what that word means? What are you going to use to figure it out, Simone?
Like the clues in the sentence.
You use the clues in the sentence, and what are those called in English? You remember what they're called? The clues in the sentence are the... Raise your hand, help her out. The clues in the sentence are the what? Clues in the sentence are the what, Tamika? Context clues. Excelente. So go ahead and take out your notes from yesterday. If you have space, or if you need to get a new sheet. Today we're working on strategy 3. See how quickly we can do it and silently. This side of the room has done it quickly and silently. Savannah has already done it. Ian has already done it. Wonder if Janae can get it done silently. Marquette's already done it silently. I'm so impressed. Daquan is on top of it. Strategy 3. Just like on the board, strategy 3 is use context clues from the sentence to find the meaning of the missing words. So use the context clues from the sentence to find the meaning of the missing word or words. So strategy 3 is use the context clues from the sentence to find the meaning of the missing words. Raise your hand if you've ever done this. Raise your hand if you've ever used context clues in another class. You use context clues to find something out. What other classes do you use context clues for, Barbara? For reading. And tell me, can you walk me through like how did you use those context clues? So you look back in the story, and then what did you do? So you use context clues to answer questions? Or what did you use it? You use it specifically to find what? What did you use it specifically for, Deja?
For the word that's for the word that you don't know to figure out.
Exactly. So just like in reading, you use context clues from the sentence to figure out what that one word means. You do the exact same thing in Spanish. So let's look at how we're going to do that. Here's an ejemplo. Raise your hand. Ejemplo is a cognate. What is an ejemplo? Raise your hand. It's a cognate. What is an ejemplo? What is it, Janae? Not a hint. Good guess. Ejemplo. Look at how it's spelled. Ejemplo is a cognate. What is an ejemplo, Chastity?
Example.
Good. Ejemplo is an example. So write this example down on your paper. El chico El chico no tiene. El chico no tiene guantes porque tiene manos super grandes. There's another cognate in this sentence. After you get done writing, because I don't want you to hands down. I don't want you to raise your hand. Still writing. After you get done writing the example, I want somebody to raise their hand and say, what's the other cognate? You're done writing. You're done writing. What's the other cognate in this sentence, Ivy? Grande is a cognate, and there's one more. What's the other cognate, Savannah? Muy bien. Super is a cognate. So here's our example. Raise your hand if you can tell me which of these words we don't know, and we have to use our context clues for. Which of these words don't we know, and we're going to have to use our context clues for? Which one do we not know? Miranda? Guantes. No idea. What is guantes? So the first step we're going to do, rewrite the sentence in English and just put a blank for the word that we don't know. So rewrite the sentence. Before you copy mine, who can raise their hand and tell me what does the rest of the sentence say? Leaving out guantes. Who can read me that sentence? Ignore guantes. Tajay?
The boy doesn't have
Blank.
because he had super big hands.
Muy bien. So the boy doesn't have blank because he has super big hands. So rewrite the sentence. Put in a blank in place of that word.
The sun is shining.
All right. So in order to use our context clues to figure out what guantes means, we have to do some thinking. The boy doesn't have something because he has super big hands. So in my brain, I'm going to be thinking, if I had super big hands, what's something that I couldn't have? If I had super big hands, what's something that I couldn't have? Raise your hand if you can think of something. If I had super big hands, super grande, what's something that I couldn't have? Nia? Okay, I couldn't wear a ring. What's something else? If I had super big hands, what's something that I couldn't have? I don't know. That's a good guess. But think about merely if I just had big hands. Maybe I could get a big pencil without big hands. But if I had super big hands, what's something I couldn't have? Gloves. Anybody else have a guess? If I had super big hands. So we have a ring, gloves. What else? And that's something small. Small what?
Hands.
Okay. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Let's think about it I'll stop. We're really here trying to learn Spanish. We're really here trying to understand. We're not here to try to be funny. If that was a legitimate guess in that stuff, then you need to listen to me so you can understand why that doesn't make a lot of sense in the sentence. If I had super big hands, I couldn't also have, I don't really understand if that would make sense. The boy doesn't have small hands because he has super big hands. I think that's a little bit obvious. What's something else? We have gloves, ring, any other guesses of something that I couldn't have if I have big hands? Tajay?
A phone.
I don't know. Think